estate agents? It's Jeff Underwood with the weekly closer, along with
Joey Sampaga.
the man with the plan, right, Joey?
That's right.
Awesome. So we have a great guest with us today. And that guest is Ben Arredondo with the Envision team at My Home Group. How's it going, Ben?
Going great. Thanks for having me in, folks.
Hey, thanks for coming into Security Title Studios. And we're super excited to hear what you're doing to have success with your business. So let's jump into some ice-breaking questions, I guess we could first, and say, how long have you been in the business, Ben?
I have been in just over 12 years.
12 years in the business. Is all that
A lot
here
of
in
ups and
Arizona?
downs. All in Arizona. Obviously, 12 years, we've seen some ups and downs in this market. So saw the market take off, crash, come back up, and now we're kind of, I guess, at our regular market, if there is such a thing, or a normal market.
You know, normal market. I would say in Arizona, we probably haven't seen a normal market for, well, quite some time. I mean,
This is
since
probably the closest thing
2002, 2003.
Yeah, since just before I got into real estate, really.
Yeah.
And I think it was a normal market when I purchased my first house in 2000. And then, 2000 to 2004 was pretty normal. And
Wasn't that a wild ride in 2008?
It's been a wild ride, yeah.
Well, even since then, right? Since 2011, the increase now has been just crazy as well. So, so tell us what compelled you to actually get into real estate?
Well, to be honest, I originally got my license when I was getting hired by the Phoenix Fire Department. A lot of people know I'm a full-time fireman as well. And I knew I wanted some extra income. And the best way I knew was to go get my real estate license, start selling some houses, and it allowed me to do it at a slow pace. Yeah. So I didn't ramp up my business real fast, but I was able to learn at a slow pace, do it the right way, and learn a lot of valuable things in those first probably 6 years. Yeah. And then the last 6, I've really ramped things up and decided to really take this hopefully to the next level.
A firefighter. How amazing is that job? I mean, what share with us something that's like,
well,
I mean, the adrenaline rush, or
that's originally why I graduated from ASU. Didn't know what the heck I wanted to do, and it seemed like a great idea at the time. And it was fun when I was young. Now it's a little bit different. I mean, there's definitely fun aspects of that job, but it's also long hours. You're doing 24-hour shifts, and so it allowed me to learn. I had to learn, not by choice, but how to delegate things pretty early on to make sure that my client experience was top notch and never suffered. So that was one of the things that by having both careers early on, I learned to delegate things pretty quickly.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, firefighter. I'm thinking those shows on TV, right? So is there really one person that's kind of designated to cook?
No. they're all shit.
Were you thinking that too, Joey?
All shit.
I was.
Okay. All right. Everybody brings in their own, right? Okay. Anyway, let's jump into some questions about the business itself. So tell us the makeup of your real estate business. For example, percentage of listings versus buyers. Where would you say you guys stand right now?
We're probably 60% listings, 40% buyers. We like that balance. Listings are always going to take a little bit less of your time. You can manage more listings effectively than you can buyers. So if you want to ramp up, the number of houses you're buying or selling each year, you really got to. And they were telling me this when I first got into the real estate business: listings, and
absolutely,
that's if you want to last in this business, you need to learn how to list houses.
Well, and the more listings you have, right, the more signs in the yard, the more opportunity you have to get buyers too. Correct?
Exactly. Everything multiplies. So if you can get enough sticks in the ground, you're gonna get more phone calls. If you're running, ads on pay-per-click type things, you're gonna have more properties that you can say are yours. Got it. More, sign calls.
No, that's great. So when you were breaking into the industry, into real estate, while you were a firefighter, right? What would you say? I mean, what was the one thing that you really did to break into it? What kind of was that breakthrough moment, I guess you could say?
Well, this business is really, it's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. You need to talk to more people. You need to learn how to meet more people every single day. Okay. And I used the fire department as my lead generation initially. Right. It allowed me to talk to a lot of people that I didn't know, a lot of people that had stable jobs that I had built relationships with that trusted me. Right. And I stayed in touch with them, and I eventually sold them houses, helped them purchase houses. And through that process was able to grow a business. And then I wanted to grow larger than that, I just needed to learn how to talk to more people.
Yeah.
And so there's so many different platforms that you can do that. You can meet people through the internet. You can call people on a dialer. You can hold open houses. You can go to new builds. I mean, there's a million ways that you can meet new people, but that's really what this business is all about. You need more relationships.
Well, we're not talking about online dating, right?
No. Although, I mean, I guess if you date enough, you could probably sell a few houses.
Yeah.
But pay per click,
for sure.
Obviously your Zillow
Absolutely.
stuff's out there, all that good stuff.
Well, and I think with your niche of being in firefighting and having connection with those guys and gals already that are in that industry, many people listening, agents listening here locally probably know that there are grant programs for specifically firefighters, police, EMTs.
Exactly. So I helped use those programs to make it easy for people to get into properties.
Yeah.
And since they have stable jobs, they're usually pretty easy to pre-qualify. And, I really used that for my first 6 years in the business to learn the business really well.
Right.
Learn how to serve my clients, keep their best interest at mind, and do all that stuff. And I had the luxury of doing it at a slow pace because I had another salary coming in.
Good.
And then after that point, we kind of ramped things up and started doing things a little bit different.
Well, and that's a great point you make. I know there are a lot of people out there that think they can just jump into real estate, right? And they think they're going to make a lot more than what their current job is paying. But I think that was great that you were able to stay with something so you had a steady income while you were learning the business.
Yeah, I was afforded that luxury. It was just me. I didn't have a family at the time, and so I didn't have a lot of expenses. I always kept my expenses low, lived on one salary, saved and invested the money I made in real estate so that eventually I could grow a big business. And once I felt I was at that point where I learned enough and was ready to do that, then I went all in and I started investing in my business and started hiring people to help lead generate and commit to online marketing, and all those things have definitely paid their dividends.
Absolutely. No, great story. And the stats are pretty staggering as far as how many agents come into the business, new agents, right? And how many of them fail. What would you say is the most common reason that agents fail?
Well, everyone thinks you're going to get your real estate license and people are going to start calling you.
Epic fail.
That is an epic fail right there.
Epic fail. No one's going to call. You get your real estate license. No one knows it. It doesn't, most people are secret agents wandering around, shopping centers and everywhere. And you don't have a big sign on your forehead that says I'm a real estate agent.
So people are holding back.
They're not
they're
going
just not
out and
putting it
talking to people. You need to, it goes back to what I said before. You need to build relationships. So they don't understand that just because you have your real estate license, it doesn't, there's 40,000 some real estate agents here.
Right.
People aren't going to know you're a real estate agent unless you're, systematically following up with everyone start with family and friends. A lot of people say they don't like to mix family and friends. Well, that's ridiculous.
Right.
Those should absolutely be your first clients because they already like you. You're,
maybe.
Yeah. if you studied up, you know your real estate, you're going to do a good job on that aspect. And those are going to come into referrals and they'll be your first pass clients.
Yeah.
And then you need to figure out how to not only systematically follow up with those people, but how to add new people to the people that you have in your database. And the pool of people that you don't know in this world, no matter how popular you are or think you are, is always bigger than the group of people that you currently know.
Right.
So you can always keep adding people, and you just need to figure out what way are you going to add people to your database. And I said there's a million ways to do that, but you have to keep adding people to your database if you want to sell more houses.
So it sounds like it's work.
Get back to work, you slacker.
Just like that.
I guess that's why people get out of the business, right? They think they're going to get their real estate license, commission checks start raining in, and they never have to put any work. You got to put a lot of work in. Meeting all those people is not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy to keep doing that and, stay committed to doing that week in and week out.
Yeah, no, that's great advice. Great advice. So let's transition real quick into what has made you successful. Can you share with the listeners some of your daily or weekly habits that help you succeed personally?
Well, for me, it's getting up fairly early, getting to the gym, so I'm feeling healthy, feeling good about myself, and then getting right into the office and staying in touch with my database. So for me, it's staying in touch with my database, helping agents that are coming onto my team now, showing them how to bring more people into their database, how to effectively follow up with people. and I kind of got off track. What was the initial question there?
No, just some of the habits that you have weekly or daily to help you succeed. And I like the one
Work.
getting
I
up
mean,
early.
I'm a full-time real estate agent. So that's
Right.
what I do every day. So I'm calling my database, staying in touch with them, asking them who they know that wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. And then I am following up with whatever my lead generation that I'm doing. So we have ISAs that are setting appointments for myself. And so I'm following up with those people after the appointments, perfecting my listing presentation. I'm always practicing my listing presentation, tweaking it so that I'm getting a high conversion of signed listings.
Yeah.
And that's always evolving. I'm always practicing that. And I think if you're not practicing your skills, you're not going to be as sharp when you go to your listing appointment or when you go to your buyer presentation. You need to practice them.
Absolutely. So I want to ask this question then. This is not, this is something I'm just throwing in there. You said you get up early and work out. What's considered early for you?
I guess I'm not real early.
Okay.
I'm up about 5, into the gym about 5:30 or so.
Well, 5 is early.
And, out of there by 7:30 or so,
Okay.
and get into the office about 8:30.
Got it. Because I've been reading a lot about entrepreneurs, about successful entrepreneurs, and how some of them will get up at like 4:30, 4:45. 5 o'clock is good, and that's what I really need to aspire to at this point too. Is 5 o'clock in the morning, do a quick little workout. I've got my closet down to where it's minimalist, all black T-shirts, so I don't have to give any time to that, right? So that's cool. Anyway, we got off subject
Miracle
a
Morning.
little bit,
Miracle
but anyway,
Morning. That's a good book
Miracle
if you want to start waking up earlier and get used to a new routine in the morning. Miracle Morning is a great book to pick up and start reading.
I'll get it, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Not a bad idea.
Absolutely. So, what would you say is the one best strategy that you're currently using to generate business for your team?
So this isn't exciting. This isn't flashy.
Oh, come on.
It's just our CRM, right? So right now we use Follow Up Boss. We're integrating over to Commissions Inc.
Okay.
But just that one system that can help us systematically follow up with everyone that we know, whether that be past clients, whether that be potential prospects. But the one system that every agent needs to have is a CRM. And there's different price points. It doesn't really matter. Get something and get it in place.
Yeah.
Because if you want to sell at a high volume, you have to go through more leads than you can remember in your head to follow up with, and you have to do that. So just my CRM. I mean, it's basic,
absolutely.
simple, but
Well, and that's one of the things. So I've been, my background, I've been in mortgage real estate now since 1996, long time. And I've done a lot of classes for agents. And I can tell you when I sit down with agents, you know what the number one CRM that I've seen so far?
their iPhone.
Well, it's starting to transition a little bit to that, but notepads.
Oh, just a piece of paper.
Just paper. They write down these people on there, and they think that this piece of paper is going to do it, and it's not, folks. You need to listen to what Ben's saying. A good CRM will totally change your business completely. All right, Joey, you ready for this?
Let's do it.
All right, so we're going to break into rapid fire. All right, are we good with that? Oh, yes, we are. So here we go, Ben. We've got 4 questions for you, and this is just a short answer. What's the best advice anyone has ever given you?
You've only got one name, so make sure you don't ruin it. And do what you're going to say, and you always have a good name. And remember, that's going to follow you everywhere you go. And that was just given to me by my dad, but I think it holds true in business and personal life, and great advice.
Absolutely great advice. What is your favorite mobile app?
It's an easy one.
Okay, what is it?
Given to me through Commissions Inc. It's our website, greaterphoenixhomelistings.com.
There you
Download
go.
the app, and you can look at homes right from your phone.
Absolutely. There you go. You heard it here. How about share with the listeners one book you recommend? I know you already said one. Is that the one you want to stick with?
No, that was just to help you get
That's
up in the
helping me.
morning.
Oh, I need the help.
To help you get going.
I need the help.
I'd say the one book I got next to my bed right now is Tools of the Titans by
Got
Tim
it.
Ferriss.
Timothy Ferriss, yeah.
Awesome book. Just a little perspective from a lot of successful people across the globe, and just little tidbits. It's really easy reading, which is great for a guy like me.
Yeah.
And awesome little tidbits of information.
Absolutely.
to help
He
you
has
be
a great
successful.
blog, too, definitely, to check out. Name one productivity tool or software you use every day.
Man, I'm being boring here, but
No, go
back
ahead.
to the CRM. I mean,
Okay.
that's really the software that has absolutely helped my business grow. I guess if I had to go a step further than that, rather than the CRM, because we already talked about that, is the dialer that we use. We use a multi-line dialer so that we can call all of our leads quickly, efficiently we can prospect, and that's Mojo.
Mojo, yep.
Great software, super easy, user friendly. A non-tech guy like myself can figure it out, and so we can call thousands of people every day and try to bring them into our sales funnel. Really.
No, that's great. So I do want to ask this. You mentioned CRM. You've talked about it several times. How long ago did you start implementing a CRM?
Almost embarrassed to say it took me so long because people were telling me that, nothing's really changed. People were telling me that forever, but I probably didn't integrate a CRM until about 5 years ago. Okay. And that's, believe it or not, kind of when my business started taking off.
No, absolutely.
Who would have thought? Just listen to what everyone tells you to do.
Direct correlation.
Exactly.
Absolutely. All right, so we've got one more question, but this one is random. So we're going to have you draw a question out of the mask. So if you want to go ahead and grab that.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
All right, so what'd you get?
Who was your favorite singer or band in high school?
There we go.
All right, back to singer or band in high school. Man, that's a tough one. All right, so I gotta put the time. Yeah, I was gonna say put the time periods back together. So, graduated in '99. I want to say we were listening to a lot of Blink 182 back then.
There you go.
Yeah,
all right.
I want to say Blink 182 was playing in our cars on our CD players.
What was your first concert? I'll throw that one in there.
First concert? I didn't even go to any concerts in high school. I think my first concert was actually a Dave Matthews concert in outside of Chicago. That was a good time.
Some sweet music right there.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
What was yours, Joey? Do you remember?
I hate to admit this, but New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might want to keep that one to yourself.
All right, bro. Okay, so let me share a story about New Kids on the Block. I just have to do this. Okay, we're going a little over. When I was in high school, I was in the swing choir, right? Sing and dance. We took a trip to Washington, D.C., and the New Kids on the Block stayed in the same hotel as we did. So I have a picture, and I don't even know if we still have it or not, but it's me with all the New Kids on the Block in the lobby.
Oh, and you're making fun of me.
I'm making fun of you. Okay, I will tell you this. My first concert was not New Kids on the Block. My first concert was Def Leppard at 16.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Some good music right there. All right, well, thanks a lot, Ben. Hey, before we go, how could, if any agents are interested in reaching out to you, how could they get a hold of you?
Just go to theenvisionteam.com, and we have some contact links on there. We're growing our team, so we'd love to be in touch with anyone that is interested in joining a team, or if you just want some bits of information. There were a lot of people that helped me along the way grow my business. Free information, would love to help anyone out. If they're looking to get their business to the next level, would love to sit down with them and just give them free advice.
Thanks a lot for that. Well, thanks, Ben, for being part of the show today and the Weekly Closer. You can always check us out at theweeklycloser.com. Again, here at Security Title Studios in the heart of the Biltmore. This is Jeff Underwood and
Sampaga
signing off. Have a fantastic day. Take care.